The boys, yeah, they were still in school. Yeah, so they've done secondary here. The girls did a bit as well.
No, but
What
for
made
her,
you go back?
What made you?
Yeah, to
Oh,
Jamaica.
Yeah.
How long have we got left?
Yeah.
All right, so what was my first question? What made me go? What made me come back?
What made you go?
What made you go?
I mean, you
Right.
said your children just called in Jamaica. Oh, so you went?
Yeah, that wasn't my intention to send them to school.
Okay,
That wasn't
okay.
why we actually left. We actually left because it wasn't about school as such.
Oh.
It was around 2000. I don't know if you remember the horrible financial
Recession.
crisis that went on.
I
Yeah,
was in
so
America then.
me and my husband at the time, we had a estate agency mortgage brokerage. So obviously that's very much in the financial world. So we got hit really bad, to just cut it short,
Yeah.
really bad. And just knock-on effects. Financially, it was just not looking too colourful. So it was like, hey, what should we do? Let's cut our losses. And that's pretty much how the whole Jamaica thing really came up.
Wow.
As let's cut our losses. And then we looked at the pluses and the minuses, and it was like, forget the finances. There's actually a lot more pluses at the time that we believed to go over there. The boys weren't really, they weren't even born then. So it was
Wow.
mainly the girls. So so that was the reason that we went, mainly
Are the
financial.
boys born in Jamaica?
No, both of the boys. So it was 2008 when the whole financial stuff. My first child, he was born 2007 actually.
That's
So yeah, he
nice.
was just a baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was just a baby. Then Asari after
yeah,
2009,
yeah.
and that's when we actually left. 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were not really affected, but the girls, they went to school there. And then the boys, as I said, they did just a couple of months. Because when I came back, I'm jumping all over the place. When I came back first, they were still in Jamaica. I came back alone. So during that time was the boys' first experience of school. And Asare, the poor boy. We had a few occasions where Asare actually ran out the school.
Oh,
He
no.
actually ran out the school.
He didn't like
He
it?
did not want to be there.
Oh.
And there were a few occasions, is this over 16, this podcast? Because
Yeah, of course.
there were things that I was told, this was when they went to school in country, we were living in D-side at the time, Trelawney. So it was a country school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a sorry. I don't even want to say. But yeah, he spoke to me at his little tender age about oral sex. I was like, right, I'm sending my school to learn this. But it wasn't the school, it was the children talking amongst themselves in the school.
Tender age of?
So Asari then was, how old was Asari then? He wasn't in secondary school, he was young. He was 10, 9-ish, something like that.
Oh, no.
But because, as I said, it was a country school, so, you know, their home lives are very different. So it may be just a one room. And then the girl, the daughter is in there with her boyfriend, and then the child is there, so they can hear and see everything that's going on, which was what happened. This particular child was telling us, sorry, what was happening in this bedroom. And I was like, no. And that was one of the main reasons I was like, for me getting out of D-side, because they're not going to go to school here.
And that's how we left, because we was in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And I spent 2 years. Jamaica's going to be good. The schools are going to be amazing. Everything. The first week of school.
I can't remember the order, but...
No, the first week of school. I remember the order.
Oh. Because what happened Monday?
3 boys from wherever who used to go to the school came to see one of your little friends.
Right. And
The personal space, invading her space, just too physical.
'Cause I'm fresh off the plane now, so the accent's strong. I've never tasted a patty before, proper.
Tuesday, you said the maths teacher wasn't nice to you.
Yeah, just horrible.
Wednesday, the boys from Monday came back, but by the Monday, we went there to the school Tuesday to speak to the teachers about who are these boys that don't even go to school to my daughter. She needs to choose her friends better.
Yeah, it was just horrible.
Thursday, this girl came home from school, and I swear I had to put on this complete poker face. Mummy, they had their laptop in the class, and oh my God, you never guess what we was watching. I said, please.
But you knew in it in your heart.
Vibes Cartel, one of them tunes there, please. What was it, Kyla? I wasn't breathing. My heart stopped beating.
Cartel back out Jamaica. Cartel
raw
back out
porno.
Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
Just porn, no cartel. I wished it.
Oh.
I wished.
Oh, it wasn't Vibes
It
Cartel.
wasn't.
no.
I would have been happy.
Vibes Cartel was in the background, you know.
Raw porno.
Yeah, it was
Friday, she didn't go to school. We went to Mandeville.
Yeah.
And I told her, we left. I said, clearly, she needs to be somewhere where they're used to foreigners, where
I think that plays a part, you know.
they can blend in a bit better, and they're not such a fascination. And it took ages to get them into a school in Mandeville, but I did it. And that was her first week at school.
Yeah, it was
I think what we haven't mentioned with regards to Jamaica is the sexual orientation, the taxi drivers.
Very sexualized.
The holes in their tunic, the pockets.
The taxi drivers thing's real. Because from DC to the town, which is $50, you can walk, but you like to get a taxi, you know? And after school, mind you, how many people does a car hold? 5?
Supposed to be 5. Supposed to be.
So there's 5 people on one seat after school. And it was only the taxi drivers with the tinted windows and the Idonia Alkaline Vibes Cartel that you would want to go in. Yeah, and it was bizarre, you know.
Why is that though?
Oh, because of just the hype of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the hype of it. The girls wanted to be in the cool car. You know, the taxi men were really flirty.
Or the school bus even. Same with the school buses. The buses.
It's real, you know. So that did play a part.
Do you remember the taxi driver that asked for your number?
Ooh.
Or he gave you his number?
I can't recall,
Because
but
he
yeah,
got
maybe.
killed in Mandeville.
By
And I
who?
thought, you told me about him.
Oh, God. I can't remember.
There was a whole CID Charmaine came out. Yeah, I tracked him down. And
Yeah,
Do you
they're
remember?
over-friendly.
why are you giving her...
Over-sexualised.
Oh, if she needs a taxi.
Yeah.
She doesn't need your number. She's not calling you. She's not getting in your taxi again.
Yeah.
Don't try to... I can be your taxi driver with my daughter.
Yes.
Do you remember?
I can't remember. I can't
Yeah,
lie, but yeah, definitely.
Maybe you weren't even there. Maybe that was a bit of shielding that went on right there.
But do you think poverty plays a role in that
Hypersexualization.
because if a girl thinks she can save her taxi money and she can go with a taxi man and then you might even give her some money rather than taking her taxi fare. Not for you, because obviously you've got English parents and you've got money, but the ones who don't have money and
I think it could. It's definitely potentially that's a option, but it happens anywhere because DC was quite a top school, and the girls would still lap onto the taxi drivers when they didn't need the free ride or you know. So it depends.
Part of it's just being teenagers.
Yeah,
sexual
that's what I think it
curiosity,
was.
and all that other kind of stuff that you get in. I mean, the English school girls, their skirts are up here. It's all the same. Coming of age, sexuality, knowing who you are, find that and exploring, I guess. It's the same kind of like maybe anywhere, but I just think it needs, for me, I just needed to keep an eye on it. I mean, I was like, who's Yashin? What boy from down the lane? Could have been taxi driver, could have been schoolboy. Like, for me, it was just all the same thing, you know?
I think it is a bit too sexualized, though. That was definitely one of my issues.
It was
just
hard
couldn't
for
see
you,
it.
girl.
Going to a shop and the music's playing and it's bare cussing and I'm like, I'm with my children.
Yeah.
And so I used to get into little debates because it's like, not everywhere I go, I want my children to be exposed to these types of things. You know, I'm trying to raise my child a particular way.
Yeah.
I go into one simple shop and there's some daggering song or something, or the little girl and boy are there brocking out and the adults are like, yeah, quiet. They're encouraging. I'm just like, oh. So trust me, that used to kill me. The hyper over sexualization in there and how it's encouraged, especially in little girls.
You know, they're trying to pass a law here. I don't know if you've heard where whistling, catcalling is an offence. So you're looking at jail time now. I think that's very extreme, of course, but
How are you going to prove it?
who knows? We'll leave that to Boris.
Yeah, let's not even go into that because there's COVID.
Jamaica
restrictions.
needs
We know the
some
government.
sort of regulation in place because it is intense out there, you know. I mean, there's the catcalling, you look nice today, and then there's the following harassment aspect of it. And I think, being a female in Jamaica was difficult, especially if you're walking alone. You know, it was, and you know, they didn't care if you were in school uniform.
Exactly. Paedophilia is almost encouraged.
It is, isn't it? It's quite high there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that's a Caribbean thing, though. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a.
Not just to put it all on Jamaica,
ancestrally,
but...
I'm talking like slave, when we're kidnapped.
It's just a thing, isn't it? That's embedded in us, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah, I think you learn how to just ignore it and hold your own, but it is there.
I don't know if it's just, Indians do, I don't think it's just a Caribbean thing.
No, yeah.
I think they do
true.
it under arranged marriages, or they dress it up in a
different
manner.
ways. True.
We were talking about FGM the other day, and
what's that?
Female genital mutilation.
Oh, when they cut off your genital.
Yeah, and that's so that the girl's clean, or because she's been unclean, whichever way they wanted to swing the story, to prepare her for her husband. I mean, she's 12, but and they were doing it to younger girls as well. So I just think it's not just Jamaica. I think there's worldwide issues with regards to the sexuality, young girls and so on. But I think with Jamaica, there's more education going on now.
Oh, like sex education?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really heard the word paedophilia in Jamaica.
They don't say it. But it's going on
everywhere.
Yeah, I know it's happening, but it's just not seen as that.
As in no one talks about it?
Yeah, they don't...
So what do you think they see it as normal?
They might say child abuse, or there's a lot of incest as well in Jamaica. Uncle the cousin, some of these people. But you never hear it described as paedophilia.
Okay,
but they do, if they catch the man.
Yeah.
He's chopped up.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
They don't play with it.
Do you think that's like justified?
Jungle justice.
So your daughter's 18, so when she was 12, you say you stopped smile.
That's funny because I actually brought my daughter back from Jamaica when she was 12 because my sister was concerned about
it.
This is what I'm
she's
saying.
getting bigger, because she's quite tall. It was the
so you
my size and
So that's what I'm saying. You went to the whole extreme. You moved her instead of you having to chop someone up, because I think you would have done that. You moved her.
You don't really get it here. I don't think I experience it here. All that catcalling. I mean, you got the construction workers and the odd guy, whatever, outside the barber shop, but it's not as prevalent as it is there.
Is dating harder for you guys now? Because it's dating. It's like all online now. You can't actually talk to a person face to face anymore.
Honestly, English guys are quite stush,
Or is it the girls?
British. And the girls. I think English people are quite stush. British people are quite stush. Compared to Jamaica, they're very open to they'll shoot their shot, girl or boy.
So when you say guys are quite stush, what do you... they don't...
Guys and girls here are quite stush.
No, you said guys first.
Oh, but the guys to approach a girl, I think they're quite stush, or... Not stush, but... Okay, the girls are stush. The guys are not, open to do that. Not friendly enough to do that. Do you get it?
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case.
What do you think?
I think the aura that you guys send off, say to us, don't come and talk to me.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So the girl, it's true.
So especially the pack mentality, there's 3 or 4 of you. Like,
Yeah.
Is he looking at?
Yeah, it's true. Oh, man. I don't know. How would you say, dating life and stuff is... At your age.
With you guys being older, I remember I used to put you lot to bed and that was it. 7:30, yuck. By 8 o'clock, okay, you can come over for 9. Do you know? You people don't go to bed. Just come check in, see if I'm okay. I mean, I can't get a minute. When you lot moving out.
Man,
it's interesting, seeing you date and stuff.
I think for me it's different because I'm married now.
You're married, yeah.
I've got 5 children, 4 different mothers, so I was
a bit active, isn't it?
It's different. It's different now. I see you guys now and I think, it's different.
Oh, yeah, it is different. Even I say that. Yeah. Compared to last year, it is crazy out there, Yeah. I said it before, the dating pool has pee in it out here. It's just it's hard, it's very hard.
I think dating with adult children, though, it's... Before, when you were young, it's like, I hope my child likes him or whatever. But now you guys have got big opinions. You want to tell me how it's supposed to go. There's something like, Mummy, let me just sit down and tell you, because you don't know about these things. You don't understand how relationships work. And I'm looking at you and I'm like, this girl. And she's really trying to give me advice.
I gotta school her.
You gotta school me.
I think it's nice though that your children are able to not educate you, but like, for example, Kanae, she's 13, so I learn a lot about things from her. You know, it's nice having someone younger to tell you things, because
what's going on in the world.
Yeah,
they
things
just
are always
keep
changing
in the tap of what's going on.
So, you know, if you ever need advice, just ask.
But is it in the world or is it just on social media? Because that's where they get most information from now, isn't it?
Yeah, social media does play a big part, but I think things have changed, you know. I just think things have changed. I'm trying to think of what I can like use as an example. Do you have any like?
I just think I know that Kanesh's age, so she's going into year 9. But when we were speaking to her from year 8, a lot of her friends had many different kind of big issues, like within the family, within the home that they were dealing with, and our family might have had a few things going on. But when you've heard, this friend 1, friend 2, and friend 3, they've got like 3 different sets of major issues, and I'm like, you guys are dealing with a lot.
It is a lot.
There's a lot of I think the teens carry a lot of maybe their parents' pressures as well.
In the dating world now, so the music, I think, and the influencers or girls on social media with the followers, especially the Americans, have definitely influenced UK culture. Whereas girls are now expecting dinner in Paris on the first date. Amber List, country or not, book the test, book the PCR, and fly me out. I think the expectations are so high and unrealistic. That's what I think's what I've noticed about the dating world. So I guess maybe for you guys, you had more like, it was different. It was more genuine, you know, whereas now it's more for show.
I think before, and with regards to the music as well, I think the songs were like, oh, please love me, please like me, I'm trying to be cute for you. I don't know, SWV or whatever.
Yeah, they're saying
like
bring
those
back
kind
coochie
of
music, you know?
Yeah,
where
like SWV
Jagged
and like,
Edge.
Jagged Edge and that kind of stuff.
Genuine.
The guy was trying to, I'll please you, I'll look after you.
Yeah.
Now we've got Megan, like, listen, I've got my own 10,000 million and I'll do what I'm going to do. And if I don't like you, I'm going to chop you up and put you in the bin, and I got 10,000 new guys.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of aggressive. And but the thing is, there's power in a lot of the music for the females today. And they literally...
I think we embrace it, but I think women are forgetting they're women. I think women and men are 2 different things, you know? Like, there's women roles, gender roles, and there's the man. And I think music, social media now is making everyone want to be independent. Ooh. When I don't think it's bad to not want to be that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's nice, it's okay to be submissive in a sense. I think a lot of women are not being submissive now. So, yeah, I get it. The Megan and City Girls music's good, but it's a bit damaging, you know?
I don't know.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
A lot of society's quite damaging, not even just the music. I'm sorry, but not even just the music. The whole melting pot and this whole new person that we're trying to be made into, if I'm making sense. But it's almost like there's... I don't say an agenda, but we're being groomed into who we're not, almost. We're being groomed into who we're supposed to be. So social media plays a part, always giving you this image of who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to like, what you're supposed to have, where you're supposed to go, you know, you're supposed to do this, And then you've got other elements, again, media and whatever, literally telling you who to be, who to like. You're not wearing a mask, you don't like those lot, you know, there's this constant moulding of this new
getting the vaccination, not getting the vaccination. Like, there's so many, like,
so
you're
we're
either
being
on
told
one side
to
or
be.
another side.
There is encouragement of be yourself, although there's this and there's no bias to anybody, like the whole rainbow and the open out sexuality. To me, it's just, I don't want to say a bit too much, but it is a bit, especially when they're starting with the younger children. I think there's a bit too much of being told to be. Yeah, because I found out the other day, I'm
super straight. So super straight means
So you got a label now?
Wow.
Everyone needs to have a label now.
Exactly.
The pronouns and stuff. Yeah, we talk about this at work because I personally, that's what I was saying, for Kanae, she's 13, she's telling me about pansexual, asexual, bisexual, lasexual, asexual. I mean, the LGBT's got about 10 letters and numbers at this point. Like, there's so much going on, and it's hard. That's what I was saying. It's quite beneficial for me to have her to educate me on these things, because I'm not aware. And I don't want to make myself seem old when I say it, but back in my day, we didn't have that. So, you get it? We girls. Bisexual was the new one, you know. That was, you know, it was straight or gay, lesbian, bisexual. Now it's just so much.
It is in the schools, and it is like there's books in the classroom, like, you know, my two mummies, my two daddies.
I think Superman or Batman, one of them sidekicks is gay now. It's pushed. It's pushed.
It's too much. Well, I don't want to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, because you've got to be careful when you're talking about
you can't the genders and
the pronouns.
Whether we're allowed to say boys over here, and you know we're not supposed to be using that terminology now.
I had a guy come into the store the other day, and he said, the other guy that was here. I said, what guy? The English guy. I said, you mean the white guy? And he's like, oh, I don't want to say white because it makes me sound like I'm racist.
Ew.
I'm like, no, if he's white, he's white. I'm black, he's white.
Or you say, I'm English.
Yeah, I said I'm English. Yeah, but it's just, everyone is scared now.
Everyone's triggered.
Scared.
Everyone's sensitive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, everybody is so sensitive. You can't say anything.
I don't say hi, sir, and ma'am. I just say hi now. Because
you don't know.
It could be offending.
Yeah, I'm they or them.
It could be,
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's confused to be a human nowadays. I'm finding just to be a human is a challenge. You have to be having this, that, like this, like that, or stop putting me in boxes. I want to be human.
Do you know? I said this to a guy who's a part of the LGBT community, good friend, and we were discussing it. I was like, for a group of people that don't want labels, you lot sure have a lot of labels.
I was saying to someone that inclusivity is very exclusive.
There's a lot going on, and honestly, no one's bothering you guys. Every day there's something you can't keep up, you know. And I find it quite hard to. But as you said, it's just better to say hi. At this point.
But there's. It went in a risk of sounding. We used to be normal. We used to be normal people. Like if I like a girl likes a guy. I used to be normal, but now it's like we're marginalized. We're almost being marginalized now because we're trying to make everyone else feel welcome,
comfortable and welcome. Yeah.
But until the day that two men can make a child, I can't have two dads. The laws of nature says it's impossible.
Right.
I'm not talking about whether I'm nice or not nice. I'm saying the laws of nature says it's not possible.
They've had a man have a child.
He had a child, but I remember reading it was still on the newspaper.
He had his ovary, he still had his womb,
I saw a story.
A man.
Yeah.
So you say he had a womb?
So he's obviously trans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
different.
So it's not a man then.
Yeah, that's different. But I hear what you're saying. But
he now identifies as a man. You can't say he's not a man then because he's already legally.
Yeah. Because I saw one.
No, we're talking about nature though.
That's what we're saying.
The laws of nature.
You can't argue.
And that's what a lot of society tries to do.
Argue with nature.
Yeah, but this is our opinion here. This is my opinion.
Yeah, this is a safe space.
This is my opinion. Yeah. So in my opinion.
So do you think it's right for a man to, like a gay guy, to now say you're homophobic? Do you think your views could be seen as homophobic? I'm not saying they are, but do you get it? Like,
no,
I feel like you can't say your opinion or the facts or the law without. Yeah.
So yeah, I can see what you're saying, that they could possibly say that. But like we're saying, this is my opinion, and nature backs me up. So in nature says you need a man and a woman to procreate. So if we all decide that we were going to be something else, then what would happen to society?
To humanity. Right. We'll put ourselves out into extinction.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm cool with everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
do your thing. Just don't force
don't
me.
Force it on me. Yeah. It's like now there's a new question. Have you been vaccinated? What? What do I know you from?
And then some next judge.
Yeah.
None of your business.
Yeah.
I find it very, very
invasive. It is invasive. And that, I think, is the new divide, you know.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
Because honestly, I haven't
people.
got the vaccine and I don't plan to get the vaccine. And I've got people saying, but why not? And then I can't talk to you about the scientific thing because I personally haven't done my research to that extent to tell you this scientist and this doctor. But what I do know is I don't feel comfortable with it. And that should be enough to make you not want to be persistent and ask me what I want to put in my body.
And judge you.
Because then they'll say, but you had McDonald's for breakfast. You don't know what's in that. Or, that's literally what they're trying to... They make you feel guilty in a sense. But it's just like...
Do it for your nan. Do it for your nan.
Do it for your nan. Yeah. And I'm just like,
my nan's fine, mate. She's not had the vaccine either.
She's 99.
I think...
She pops her clogs now. She's 99. Do it for my nan today and she's dead tomorrow.
There's a movie called Demolition Man. You probably know the old movie with
Denzel. Not Denzel.
Wesley.
Yeah. Okay. If you watch that movie, they got two societies. They got one that live on the ground and the thing, and then that's what we're heading towards.
Yeah, it's mad, you know.
I think it's controlling when they're like, you can't travel, because we all know we all love a travel.
Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable with the restriction side of it. I'm not about to act like I'm a doctor, Dr. Sebi, and tell you about all of these.
But they are saying that if you're in the health service, you need to be vaccinated. You can't do your job.
But the murky line there is it's not mandatory yet. People are saying it is, but it's not mandatory. New
York and LA, indoor activities like bowling, restaurant, indoor dining, and let's say gyms, you need a vaccination card now.
Okay, well, I've got friends and family who live in America, and I'm gonna say that's not true.
So, because that's another thing, the misinformation.
It's not even that. Because it's planned scaremongering.
Oh, fearmongering, 100%.
It's planned.
It's
Let's
mad.
start that rumour that you can't even go out to dinner if you don't have the vaccination card.
So you're just going to get it because you're afraid.
What do you mean? I'm going to go to dinner. I want to,
People are telling me I can't fly without a vaccine. I'm saying it's not true. It's not true.
It's not true, yeah.
They want to make it true, but it's not true.
Have you not travelled? Have you travelled since the pandemic?
Not overseas.
No, staycations.
Yeah. I haven't. Because I was saying, because I love travelling, you know, and I'm travel business, travel agent previously, so it's like, how are you coping? Oh, you're not going to be able to go unless you get the vaccine. I'm like, if that country requires vaccine, I'm not going there. There's no, I need to get it to go there.
There's so many countries
in the world. I'm not about to limit myself. I don't have a problem with anyone that's getting it. If you wanted to get it, if you felt better, safer, do it. But I feel the issue is now pushing it on others who don't want it. And they don't need to justify or explain themselves, you know?
And that's the question. What's with all the pressure? That alone should make people think, hold on.
That was my thing.
You never did this for anything else. Like, what's with this particular...
That's my thing.
Like, But people aren't even asking questions. They're just going along, watching the news and just saying, okay, from that person said it must be true. From someone who's got news, it must be true.
Yeah, but the same government you didn't trust last week, you trust them now. It's the same government.
It is.
It's the same government.
And I think that's been the problem with it from the beginning. They said one thing and done another.
Yeah.
And people ain't
or
asking
they just didn't
questions.
know what they were saying.
And people don't give the opportunity to ask questions and to have open dialogue.
Yeah.
And that's even more questioning, like, why can't a anti-vaxxer and a pro-vaxxer have just a conversation? But you're censored if you're anti, let's just say, or you're against this particular thing they're calling a vaccine. Then you're censored, you're silenced, you're hushed. You don't get that open
conversation, dialogue. Yeah.
If it's so right, what would you be afraid of to have a discussion on TV? So, but again, people are not asking these questions yet. But why? They're just, oh well, yeah, it's banned from here, it's banned from there. You know, people don't like to talk about it, and that's okay. That's even more reason. But why?
Yeah, you need it for the clubs in September, I think. Here.
Fine,
that's what you can.
Yeah, but actually,
I club, like, no.
Yeah, I wasn't phased. I was just like, okay, well, better party hard now.
But the question is, but why? Even now, why do I need a vaccine if I can still get it if I've got a vaccine? I'm supposed to apparently wear a mask.
But they will fight that and say because something to do with the antibodies or it will lower, the chances, the symptoms. They have their reasons.
The only difference of having a vaccine is you can die from the vaccine.
Yeah,
but you can't die. Let's say I don't get it.
You can die from
the
the
tick box
vaccine.
is literally the same. You can get it if you got a vaccine. You can get it if you don't have a vaccine. You can. It's great if you don't wear a mask. You can get it if you don't wear a mask. So all of them are the same ticks.
Yeah.
The only one tick different is you can die if you get the vaccine.
Is that,
That's the one other thing. Because most, well, I can't bring out these statistics, but like the VAERS database, the vaccine injury is full of different cases of people having so many different reactions, symptoms, blah, blah, blah. And even that's underrepresented. So underrepresented.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on a minute. I just don't think people are asking enough questions. And looking openly enough. They're just blindsided.
Yeah, but you've got to remember that the majority of people, and this is how government works, they're sheep.
The sheeple. Mm-hmm.
So they will follow and do what
they think is right.
And
that's why they play on their conscience.
What they think is right. What they're told. They don't even think. It's what they're told to do.
Right.
Conformity.
Yeah.
Get your vaccine.
Jamaica's gone back into lockdown for a week, though. Which, do you get the point of it?
Not at all.
Me neither.
Lockdowns have caused so much more damage.
Do you think we're going to get back into lockdown?
No.
Oh, I think we could. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'd be like, oh my goodness, if it was to happen. But at the same time, I would not be surprised. I see it like October the 14th or something, you know?
I think there's too much going on in Afghanistan to go back. That's what the news is now. The news is in Afghanistan. Yeah. And that's all crazy as well.
It's all mental, isn't it?
Yeah,
I saw you post something on your story or WhatsApp. What did you say?
The country that's overrun by refugees is now making space for refugees created by the government. So it's like...
It's a lot. There's a lot of questions and not enough answers, isn't it?
But what happened in Afghanistan had to happen because they wouldn't evacuate the people without the Taliban taking over. So for the mass evacuation to happen, they had to make it be all crazy like it is, because if the UK and the US left and there was no threat, then they'd leave the people there, and the Taliban would slowly come back in. But this mass rush said, "Oh, we've got to get the people out." So it's all it's a whole different, whole next level.
Even exist, but let's not even go into that.
That's for another episode.
It's a whole next level.
None of them.
Do you know?
They will make up stories, make agendas, just to make us believe and have fear.
I was talking to Shasha the other day, and he was like, because I was like, Shasha was like, Osama bin Laden is Taliban, you know, that's serious people. He said, Colour, that's America's Trojan horse. He was like, that's America's Trojan horse. And I was like, okay, like, you know, it's a lot, innit? It's a lot.
All the governments are deep. They're on their own agenda. We're not part of it.
Watch China. That's what
China.
Watch China. That's what the government's really worried about right now. China. And China's right in Afghanistan. They're moving into Afghanistan now as well. China's slowly, because the news says America is the richest or the...
But it's China, innit?
Whatever. But but they can't say that. Just like we're the minorities. Look how many of us they are.
Yeah.
How can we be minorities? If you're not white, then you're a minority.
Yeah. We've been China. It was... Well, you've been multiple times. But when I went, it was a different life. Well, not that I lived there, but it was crazy. The cultural shock. There, I feel like everyone knows what's going on in the world except from Chinese people. Because they're shouting.
They're shut out. Everything.
They are shouting.
Yeah, our phones got shut out.
No Google, no Facebook, no WhatsApp.
No WhatsApp and that kind of stuff. We couldn't.
They have WeChat.
Yeah.
But Africa's kind of, because Uganda, when is it Bobby Wines ran for power, and they shut out the internet for like a week. Shut it down.
It's crazy. Just control, isn't it?
So we're slightly privileged in this country.
Yeah,
Slightly.
definitely.
Slightly.
I was watching a podcast and the host was talking about cultural appropriation and how it's necessary for China to not overtake but to intervene in Caribbean countries. Wow. Do you know, I should have watched the clip. I just read the paragraph. I didn't watch the video, and I probably should have, because she had the Barbadian Prime Minister, I think she's a lady, female, and she was talking about the benefits of it. But the host was saying, for infrastructure and roads and money, we need the Chinese people. So you lot saying, oh, they're overtaking our country, they're taking over. we need them. Do you agree?
Investment's good. Money, so those with money are in control. So you need money.
True.
So if you got money, you can do stuff. If you're building a house in Jamaica and you got money, your house is built. If you ain't got no money, you're stuck. So we need the money, but we need a get out of jail card. So we need there to be an agreement that gets us out. So the money we're taking from them it's like we were in bed with the IMF. There was another, and then we got how much in debt. Yeah, and then now we're in debt to the Chinese. So we're just moving from it's like moving from one partner to the next partner. So it's the structure. It's the government needs to set up stuff. So okay, you're gonna build a road for us. This is what you're gonna get in return, and whether you get that or not within 20 years, you got to go. So you got to make sure you make your money back in 20 years.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a time. The government don't.
They don't do that, man.
Yeah.
So why, we have to start looking for government for help, you know.
Yeah.
They don't care about their citizens. They don't care what government it is, what country. They don't.
Is it.
They don't.
And it don't matter.
The terms that you're saying, you think, okay, that would make sense. Like with the beaches, like Jamaica, let's say, for example, the beaches, the roads, blah, 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 all these Chinese influence, blah, blah, blah. The locals can't get to benefit. The locals can't get employment. The locals... So it's like, so why did you make that deal? Who's really benefiting from this deal? So when they're doing these deals, I actually don't think the government seems to have much say. The Chinese dictate their terms and the government, okay, thanks for the money.
Yeah.
You can take all these people with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care about the people. It's not in the people's interest or the country's interest. It never doesn't appear to be.
There's a two sides to that. So in Jamaica, there used to be one phone company back in the day. Who were they back in the day?
Did you sell?
Before that?
Lime?
No.
Oh,
it's on tip of my tongue.
Oh, okay.
Cable and
wireless.
Yeah. But you said, did you sell?
No, mummy.
You said, did you sell?
Yeah.
But you remember when it came on wireless?
Yeah.
Could you get any service? Could you get any phone call? How did they treat you? But then digital came in.
Yeah.
And now came on wireless had to fix up
And
themselves.
who else came after them? Oh, what's the other one that came?
Claro.
Claro.
But Claro only came in because digital did something to them. Claro didn't want Jamaica.
Okay.
But why I say that is the locals had the contract to build a road and stuff, but them we as one come eat our food next week. So they half fix it. And that's why they got the Chinese in, because they're actually fixing the road. So the locals are left out because when they do it, they don't do it properly. And that's the thing. The prize in school, but when you get to a certain age, you develop a hustle mentality. So everyone in Jamaica is a hustler. The government's hustling, everyone's hustling. And that's the problem. Well, until we take pride in our country, the pride we had in school is to carry it all the way up. But we move somewhere, it gets lost.
Even if that's the case, why wouldn't the government say, okay, our own people, let's just say, have messed up X, Y, and Z amount of times. Chinese come in, provide training, provide apprenticeships, this is what I'm saying, there is no growth. That's what I'm saying, there's too many opportunities for the people to benefit that the government just not interested in.
Missed opportunities.
They're just not interested in it. All of those hotels and all these things going on, it's the Chinese, they've brought all their workers over. No, the local people ain't getting to work, ain't getting no training, no nothing. And half the time they don't even get to benefit from what it is they're doing, like many of the beaches and what have you. Or they pay out however much. But yeah, I'm very against government. That part. I just don't feel they're there for the people and they're supposed to be our servants. They are. And they don't have our interests at all.
No.
Do you think any government does?
No.
Oh,
I'm lying. I think Ghana saw a few articles where I was like, okay. He seems to be a bit more clued up than the average.
Yeah.
And then they killed
Haiti's?
Oh, hold on. Is it Haiti? They killed 2 not too long ago.
Yeah, I know Haiti's
Oh, it's just not coming to me
Prime
now.
Minister. He got assassinated, no?
And there's another one. It was around the same time.
I think they were 3 because they said that they got killed because they refused the vaccine.
The vaccine, right?
Wow.
Their names,
those that seem to be a bit more for the people seem to disappear.
Because
Because
you're not sticking with the agenda.
The
agenda, they're getting off the
It'll come to me as soon as this finishes.
Wow. It's a lot, isn't it?
It is. It's
don't
like,
care
how dare you go? Hold on. How dare you not play the game? How dare you not go against what we're saying? How dare you stand up for your people?
Who do you think's the big boys? Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
Look where we've gone.
So I don't really buy into those conspiracy theories.
But have you not seen Elon Musk's robot that's coming? This guy said he's making this robot to eliminate the everyday boring tasks. I looked at the task. I've dropped this. The task is picking up the book that you dropped. I was just like, I think we're in the Matrix, guys.
Yeah, but.
Hold on, the air was silent. Wait a minute. Okay, go on. We've got to have the air in silence.
You know they got war robots in it. Like
Yeah.
They've got robots, but they can't deploy them yet. They use them in some wars already, but just to like detonate landmines and stuff like that. But they've actually got full scale war.
Wow, it's mad, isn't it?
What's that movie that Will Smith's in?
iRobot.
It's fully happening. Like whatever you see on TV, it's gonna happen.
They were doing that 20 plus years ago.
It's already been going on.
Because I saw a meme and it was like, when season 5 of Black Mirror, and they said we're the cast this season. They said we're the cast this season.
but I think what kind of gives me hope is like what you're doing. Like we can control. You guys can control your income now, but to a certain extent because you're on all these platforms that still control.
Owned by the
but there's if you wanna be traveling around the world and working from home, you can create that now. Ability. So I think that's gonna be what's gonna help the next generation to sort of like be freelance in a sense.
Yeah, because I think as much as there's so much, like we were talking about the LGBT community, for example, I think. Everyone's got so much opinions, so a lot of communication and different conversations are happening now, which is a good thing, I guess. As much as so much people are sensitive and, you can't say this without affecting or triggering someone, in a way it's good that, we still have that option to just talk about anything and everything that's going on.
Yeah, you still got your voice.
You still got our voice.
To a certain...
I think we're waking up more.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was the side effect, I think, of the whole COVID thing. I don't think they anticipated how many people would actually question. I thought they think we were more sheeple than we appeared to be.
Yeah.
But I guess one question that I asked about that though is all this stuff to do with LGBT is so protected. Why is racism not receiving that kind of that kind of backing? Why is it not receiving that kind of because if I'm gay, I'm black first. So
Do you guys know an artist called DaBaby?
Doesn't ring any bells.
Okay, well he's an artist, whatever, like pop.
Say all that.
Yeah,
that was showing our age.
None of us knew.
I don't even know who I have to compare it to in your day.
Well, it wasn't that long ago.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, let's say he's like Lil Wayne. Yeah.
With a name like that, DaBaby must be Lil Wayne.
Yeah, So he's there, whatever, and Rolling Loud is a festival in America. So it's like wireless times 50, because America's always bigger and better with everything. So he's at the festival and just finished his 2 songs. And, they do their little speech while they're there with the crowd and they throw their t-shirt and stuff. This guy said, put your flashlights on if you didn't just receive oral from another guy. Put your flashlights on if you didn't just, if you're not got 2 weeks to live because you've got HIV/AIDS.
Wow.
Listen, and to this day, no one quite knows why, because it was very unprovoked.
Yeah.
He got dropped from every single festival. Like, DaBaby's cancelled in a sense, as in that reputation, anything associated with him now, finished.
Where's the UK one that got cancelled the other day?
Wiley?
Where is he?
Well.
Yeah, go back to your story.
So, DaBaby made these comments, and obviously, I'm not even like gay or part of that community, and I thought, what? Like, I heard that, I was like, what? And then, because the DJ was like, I know y'all suspects. So it was just crazy, whatever. So now the argument is, when the rappers are talking about killing people and drugs and this and that, where's the outrage? And they're saying black people allow it because you can't say anything about that community and stay in that contract, for example. Whereas a song about shooting 2 guys down the block and then going to, you know, impregnate the dead guy's husband's baby mama's sister. It's normal. It's normal. No one has to it. So do you think us as black people, we love to play the victim, but really we allow? Do you think we're so conditioned and broken as a people that we just accept all of this? Do you get it?
Yeah. Yes. Does it come back to the money though? We don't control our own.
We don't.
So we can't drop anybody.
We're superior, you know.
Yeah. But I
do think yes, and answer to your question.
Yeah.
I honestly do.
Yeah.
Why do you think we're like this? Do you think it goes back to slave days?
I do believe we're carrying a lot of ancestral trauma.
Yeah.
It's never been resolved, never even been accepted that it's a thing, even. So yeah, I feel we're carrying a lot of that, and it's just snowballing and collecting more as time's going on, because then there's a whole heap more other issues on top of the issues that still ain't even resolved yet. So you've just got more and more and more to deal with, and so we're all just becoming more and more dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Which is normal.
Put the AC on. Are you alright?
It could touch on it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh. It's like being in a race against Usain Bolt, and he gets a head start. And then you're expected to catch up with him and beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think humanity generally, but yes, us as black people, definitely.
And we don't talk. Like, this is not normal for us. We don't.
Because even like what you're saying about ancestral trauma, we're talking about from the black perspective. I also believe that Caucasians have their trauma,
of course,
from that period as well. Yeah, we suffered. They are still, although they benefited in many other financial ways, as we know, banks and whatever. But I'm talking about their emotional. They still have trauma as well that they haven't resolved themselves.
Right.
Be it either they're proud of what their ancestors did, or those that are not proud of what their ancestors did. Even that they haven't healed from that either. So we're both still here. Even like the other cultures, the Jews. I'm not saying it's just a African trauma that plagues humanity. All of the different traumas that we have had, we're all still carrying. Yeah. And it, as I'm saying, to this day, we're just snowballing more and more and more.
Oh, it's a lot, isn't it?
It is. We're doomed. Not really?
No, we're not doomed.
There's hope. Give us some hope. Give us some hope.
There's hope.
There's always room for change. There's always room for opportunities, I think. Like it's a battle. It's a hard struggle. It's about having conversations like this. It's about them being broadcasted. It's about getting other people to talk. It's about sharing thoughts, opinions, and ideas. And D-Will, that little company that you and Yashim thought about. It's about keeping you lot's spark alive to have, if it's not D-Will, another company or another idea or making something else grow. He's got Realist, you've got your podcast that you still did something. And it's about keeping it going. Someone's going to watch him like, oh my gosh, or I know her from school or whatever, or I'm going to try that, or her mum's rubbish, I can do it better. And everyone's going to try and...
There's
always.
But it's still an incentive.
Do you know,
and it's about being an
first piece of negative criticism. I didn't take offence to it. So my previous podcast was different situations, and I think my time's up, Yeah, it is. Okay, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Don't worry, because are you guys gonna be reoccurring guests? Would you like to?
It's been good.
Continue the sequel.
Get your people to call my people. We talk.
We were just saying about the opportunities.
Yeah.
Going back to our original thing of Jamaica, and in terms of the hope, I feel that, or I wanted to mention as well, in Jamaica or Caribbean, whatever, there are a lot of opportunities, especially if you are coming from overseas and you've come with that mindset of business. There are lots of gaps that we've taken for granted.
I think when you open the skating ring in Jamaica.
We take it for granted.
Can we have two? Quick.
Two what?
Two opportunities.
Yeah, and I'm talking about employment. I'm talking about if you've got, not if you're going out and you're totally broke, even though even through being broke you can still do things. But I'm saying if you've got an idea, instead of trying to battle here where it's maybe a lot more competitors or whatever, there is opportunity overseas as well. And what Sean was saying about, we're talking about in general for the future, everybody to take their opportunities, to seize those opportunities. Because imagine we think, like I just said, we're all doomed. No, we're actually
No, we're
not.
not. We're not.
There's a lot of
Now's
opportunity.
the time,
and
innit?
movement.
And that's
Yeah.
also the thing. It's about the young man being unknown or being no one. You are someone and you've got an idea and you can make something happen with that idea. Many things just started off with an idea.
True.
Everything that's here
And
started
as
off
much
with
as
an
we
idea.
talk about, you know, social media being this and that, if you use it to your advantage, you're good. Because tech right now, anything online, that's where the money is, that's where the power is, that's where, you know, the influence is. So,
and the communication as well.
and the communication.
Communicating.
Man, I love talking to old people, you know. I'm joking.
I just came with a young thing, you know, the young element.
This has been great. Yeah.